Hi, I'm Adam from Booklee. So in this short video, I'm going to show you the main benefits of direct bookings and why your short-term rental business needs direct bookings. Let's jump in. So here I've prepared a small visual graph highlighting the main benefits of direct bookings, right? But first, let's look at what actually direct bookings are, right? So what is it? So here is a graph showing you kind of the basic general model on how does the short-term rental industry work, right? It is with these OTAs, right? Online travel agencies. Guests find properties, listings on these platforms, and using these platforms, they send booking requests to the owners or hosts of these properties themselves, right? And these platforms usually charge a commission for that service. So these platforms are a middleman in this transaction, right? And if you look at direct bookings, well, yeah, I mean, it is in the name. Bookings happen directly. There is no middleman. Money goes straight from the pockets of the guests, straight to the pocket of the manager or host of the property, right? There is no middleman. The transaction happens directly, right? So keeping this in mind, we can now go to the very first benefit of direct bookings, and that is perhaps one of the most obvious ones, and that is cash flow, right? Profits. So if you look at the OTA model, these OTAs such as VRBO, Airbnb, Booking.com usually charge a commission for these bookings, and that commission usually is something around 15 to 20% of the booking, right? Of the money that you as the host make on these platforms, right? 15 to 20%. And if we look at direct bookings, well, yeah, I mean, you can expect to pay something around 3.7% in commissions or service fees for direct bookings, right? To keep that money going directly from the guests to your own pocket. Well, yeah, I mean, it's immediately evident the actual profits that you make more with direct bookings, right? You can see that you make about 10 percentage points more with direct bookings as opposed to the OTA model, right? So the cool thing here is that you can actually pass on those savings to guests themselves. So it's a win-win situation. You as the host make more money on direct bookings, and guests actually get a better priced stay if they're booking directly, right? So with direct bookings, it is win-win situation. So let me show you that a bit more visually here as well. So here is the same booking, right? 170 bucks, 170 bucks. Let's compare the same booking if it was a direct booking and if the same booking was done on Airbnb. So here on Airbnb, you can see this is about the portion that would go to the fees, right? The commissions to Airbnb. And this is the money you as the host would pocket in profits if the booking was on Airbnb platform, right? About 137 US dollars. And here on direct bookings, this is about the portion of money that would go to commissions or service fees. And this is about the portion of money that you would pocket as the host in profits if the booking was a direct booking. And well, yeah, I mean, in this simple, quick visual example, you can see that you as the host make about 20 bucks more in profit if the same booking is a direct booking, right? So that is about cash flow and profits. Let's now go to the next benefit, and this one is perhaps one of the favorite ones for me, and that is control. So what do I mean with control? So on Airbnb platform, you actually do not control your listing. You do not control your property on their platform. Airbnb is kind of the boss of your listing or property, if you will, right? So what do I mean by that is it is Airbnb's booking policies. It is Airbnb's cancellation policies. Airbnb dictates the payout policy, right? And I mean, in a given day, Airbnb perhaps decides to change their ranking algorithm, right? and suddenly your listing slides, say, from the first or second page of Airbnb to 10th or 15th page, right? And well, consequences of that, well, yeah, I mean, those are huge. It's a massive hole in your cash flow, because who in their right minds checks first 20, 15 pages of Airbnb? Usually someone books on the first 5 pages on Airbnb, right? So what I'm trying to say here is that you have no saying in these things on Airbnb or other OTA platforms. They control your listing. They control the search algorithm. They can shut down your listing for whatever reason, right? You have no saying in all of the policies that are on the platform themselves, right? And if you look at direct bookings, well, yeah, I mean, it is your own website. You dictate the rules. It is your own. The website runs on your own terms, right? You set your own booking policy, you set your own cancellation policy, you set your own payment and payout policies. You control all of the business levers here, right? There's no one outside third party dictating you what to do with your bookings, right? So this is this is essentially really huge, right? It is a continuity risk here if you are listed solely on Airbnb, if you are solely reliant on Airbnb, because on a given day they can just shut down your listing for whatever reason, right? Because you broke some kind of policy that you didn't know that even existed, right? So that is control, right? Let's proceed to data. So why data? Well, I mean, for every business, data is key to business growth, right? Data gives you insights on your business. It lets you understand who your guests are. It lets you keep in touch with your guests. It helps you create your own marketing and sales channels, right? And on these platforms, such as Airbnb, purely and simple, you have no access to that data. Even more so, you get penalized if you try to access that data of your guests, right? If you try to do something off platform, right? So with direct bookings, obviously with consent, you have access to guest emails, phone numbers, the guest profile itself, right? On platforms, you do not have access to this critical business growth data, right? And simply with this type of data, you have great insights into booking analytics and trends, right? You understand your ideal clients, their pains, their needs, right? You can come up with more competitive pricing strategies, right? You can build a much more better and personalized service for your guests with this data, right? And as I mentioned previously, on platforms, you simply do not have access to all of the important data to build your business further, to grow your business further, to create this really personalized, great value service for your guests. And perhaps one of the last benefits that I'm gonna highlight here is building a brand, right? This ties into the last benefit of data I highlighted. So what do I mean by that? Is that once you have access to this data, you can do your own marketing, your own branding, right? So you are not an Airbnb. You are not a commodity on some kind of platform. You become a hospitality brand. You become a real business, right? With your own branding, with your own marketing, right? And with the access to all of that data I mentioned previously, you can retarget your past guests, say, with email campaigns, right? Offering them coupons, discounts for their next stay, right? Say perhaps there's some kind of festival happening in your local area. You can easily send out SMSs or emails to your past guests saying, hey, you enjoyed your stay, say 3 months, 4 months, 6 months ago. There's this really cool festival happening nearby us. Take your family bring your dog, cat, or whatever. Here's a 15% discount. And come and enjoy our property once again, right? And this is really huge for your business growth, right? And you can do the same on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, right? You're building your own hospitality brand, your own marketing, right? Yeah, as I said, you are not an Airbnb, you're building your own business, your own brand, right? So these were kind of the core benefits of direct bookings I want to highlight here quickly. And just to summarize, well, yeah, direct bookings involve a lot more work, right? Since you're building your own brand, your own business, your own website, your own sales channels. But in exchange, you get full control of all of the business levers. That is more stable growth, more predictable growth without all of the continuity risks associated with these platforms. In exchange for that, well, yeah, obviously you make more money. So this is kind of direct bookings in a nutshell. Some of the kind of main benefits I wanted to highlight it here. And yeah, I hope you have a nice day. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. That's it. See ya. Bye-bye.